You know something? It's like uh, I feel like autistic people or people on spectrum will sometimes have to screen um introverted people because even though it may be some similarities, it's like there's still things that a regular person find weird that an introverted person will find weird when it's like pushed to like a certain uh like point or whatever. But then but then with people on the spectrum, it's like to them it's not weird. To y'all it may be weird. There's maybe things that somebody may be able to deal with um until it's like too much of that, and then it makes them feel like they have to speak up. But it's like to that person that everyone is deeming the problem is not, to them it's not a weird thing. Like what you just said, because people get judged, and we tend, like, people on spectrum tend to get judged by quieter people as well. Um, and that's why I think like it's hard uh, socially, because it is like it's not, and it's not always we don't trust these people. That's one of the reasons, but it's more so like, how do I interact with you type. And so like anything that you're doing, people would like, someone would take that as like, either they'll take it in whatever way they like, how they take it. Like there's people who keep making the effort to talk to you, and like that's good that there's people who keep making the effort to like try to, you know um get you to like come out of your shell or whatever. But it also goes down in the way in which they do it. Like, how are you doing it? Like, are you actually being kind and gentle, or are you trying to be mean to get a reaction? Like, how are you going about it? How do I interact with this person? Something that me and like the few people on what you call it, on TikTok, and the thing I was discussing with them, like, it's like somebody saying, "Oh yeah, we should go hang out sometime," and you don't realize that they just saying that to be kind, but they're not actually trying to hang out with you. Versus someone who actually wants to hang out with you, and like, and knowing like, let me not ask this to clarify what you mean, like, cause cause there's a risk of you coming off incompetent, like, or you slow, like you don't, and nobody wants to come off like that. But it's like you do, deserve clarifying questions, you know. But how the standard is, and how society is, and how majority of the people are, it's it's I guess it's things you have to read between the lines. So even with even autistic, I was supposed to say, introverted people may say, "Oh yeah, we agree," or whatever, but then it's like, okay, there's you know it's not as easy interacting with introverted people, but I also understand that it's not easy interacting with us. So, like, that's why I do like the family I'm sending you. I do like them because it shows a neurotypical dad with a neurodivergent mom. A neurodivergent is anybody on the spectrum. Anyone that doesn't like operate the same, and that's why I had to keep talking to you or asking you, or I guess like about what you meant yesterday about standard, because like every people, quote unquote, neurotypical is the quote unquote standard in which how you should act and whatever, or how you should go about, or at least engage or approach stuff. But that's what makes it hard for neurodivergent folks, because y'all not it's not like society is actually like set up for us. Like, it's not actually like in a way in which, like, okay, now that we built this for neurotypicals, let's try to like find ways to like for neurodivergent people to thrive. And that's why I feel like there's little to no patience when it comes to people who are disabled. But it goes on to a whole different thing. But yeah. Also, the video I sent to you about how the mom took her son to the therapist, and they're like, "Oh yeah, your son's autistic," you may have that too, and they going down the list, and they're like, she's like, oh well, I do that too, but like I'm not autistic, but it's like y'all doing the same thing. Got a favorite character, like what you just said. If there's a favorite book or a favorite game you like to play, there's you got a favorite character, but you know that's normal for you to like it and like get into more of that. But I feel like with autistic people or people on the spectrum, it's like times that by 3. Whereas, like for example, you like Princess Peach, but someone who's like on the spectrum may dress up like her on a daily basis. They may start trying to talk like her on a daily basis. They may take her catchphrases and try to use them in social interactions on a daily basis. Like, I don't know. It, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you walk into someone's room and it's like it slaps you in the face of um how interested they are in this character versus you saying, oh yeah, I'm interested, I like this person, I like this show or whatever, but it doesn't go any further than you just reading the book or playing the games on your off time. You don't actually try to immerse you and the character together and bring it to life. It's different. For example, there might be something that interests you, like a topic, and you may find interest in it and you may research it or whatever, but you may not research it like someone else that may be on the spectrum or whatever. Because for me, I guess I can only speak for me, but for me, it's like once I find a topic of interest, I wouldn't be able to get off of that topic until I research everything down to the last little crisp that I may be so immersed in my research for months on end, not days, not weeks, and it's a phase and it goes past. Like no, it's going to be a couple months. She's not. I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows that she's any of those things. I think that she's just like you, where it's like, oh, you're over exaggerating, or like she doesn't think that she has those things. She knows that she's introverted like you, but it comes at someone like I understand, and I don't think. I guess for me, it didn't change the context of like what you said, like in the text message. It doesn't change that. Like I could see that it's like autocorrect or whatever, but I still got the premise though. And that screenshot that you sent is the truth, because I feel like even with or without childhood trauma and you're still being autistic, communication in general is like such a harder thing to deal with versus you being neurotypical and having normal social hardships and stuff like that. Because I feel like I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm using the filter when I talk. Like I'm not doing anything, and it's like I'm talking, but like it's not getting over to this person, so it makes you just kind of like shut down. I don't know, but like I agree with that screenshot. Oh no, I meant like the question that you had when you said when you said something about is probably like other people what you call it, experience, like say early experiences to dictate why they wouldn't be as socially if they don't want to like interact socially like that, or like they get like uncomfortable doing that. And what the mom said in the video, she didn't say anything, but like she basically wrote it on the screen and said like what her doctor said when she talked to her doctor and stuff like that, and then gave some other information that I don't remember. But I'm not saying that my mom is like that, even though she is, but she's not like that, because the video is basically saying that these are These are the traits, the early traits that I had already as a person. But then as I got out into society, like going to school and having to interact with people, it could have made it worse. It could have worsened it, cause that's, I feel like that's what it did for me. Cause if I was told, or if I knew that I was autistic, I feel like half of the experiences that I've had, it wouldn't have been those experiences, or it wouldn't have been that difficult because I have knowledge of like how I have to like go about things and whatever. Clean, but if I don't know how to explain it, but it's like all the spoons can really be clean. But if I see a mark or something that like if I'm like trying to like scratch whatever spot that's on the spoon and it can't come off, that I get, I don't know, I just put it down. 'Cause I'm just like, I just tell myself I don't want to like eat off of this spoon, and then by the time I'm like look at the spoon again, the spot is missing, meaning that I ate I ate it, digested, or is it in the cereal or something, and I get all weird because now I'm just like, if I can't have so and so because it's not squeaky clean. I don't know.